In addition to temperature being really important when you're studying gases, pressure is too. Gases push up against the surface or the container that they're trapped in, and that produces different types of pressure. And pressure is a really big deal. It plays a really big deal in your life. All right, however you got to school today, the pressure within those tires decided whether or not you were going to survive or not. If there wasn't enough pressure, then your tires were going to deflate. If there was too much pressure, they were going to burst. So pressure and gases are a really big deal. The problem with pressure, not the problem, but the issue you'll have to deal with is that pressure itself comes in different units depending on where the gas is existing. One of the pressure units, you write what I write, is ATM. Can anybody tell me what you think ATM stands for? At the moment. Is that a text lingo? Super. Somebody else guess. ATM. What's that? Atmospheres is correct. Usually someone says, isn't that what you get money out of? It's not atoms. That's usually what you want to think in chemistry. All right, it stands for atmospheres. Another common pressure is mmHg. Can anybody tell me what mmHg stands for? You actually can figure it out. Millimeters of mercury. Very good. It's not hydrogen. It would have been wrong. Hg is mercury. And our other, what we're going to use as a conversion factor, is 101.3 kPa. That stands for kilopascals. Anyway, you have to be able to convert between these different units. I've taught you how to do conversions like this before, and some of you are already really, really good at it, and some of y'all hate it because a grid's about to show up. Focus no matter what. You can do this. If you look at the top of your cheat sheet, you'll see all three of these values beneath the heading, pressure conversions. Beneath that, you'll see a grid. A grid, one-step grid, real simple, not stoichiometry, that you can use to convert from one unit to another. For example, if I said that we had 20 atmospheres of gas, but the problem needed to know what that was in kPa, you would need to convert from atmospheres to kPa. Now, if you look at the grid on your cheat sheet, it will hold your hand and walk you to the answer. So just watch how I fill in the data as we've done multiple times before. I want letters in these three squares before I input numbers in those three squares. If you look at your cheat sheet, the given unit will go in both of these squares. The given unit is ATM. It's the letters associated with the given numbers. It goes in both of these squares as the cheat sheet says. The other square says unknown units, which will be the letters associated with what you're trying to find. Again, you want letters in all three squares before you put numbers. Given unit, those will always be the same. Unknown unit. Now we'll go back and input numbers. Our cheat sheet says the given number goes there. I gave you 20. And it says conversion factors go there. We've used conversion factors before, such as Avogadro's number and stuff, constant numbers that get put into the grid. And here they are for gas laws. You don't have to memorize them. I'll give them to you on the test. You just need to know how to use them. We need a conversion factor here for atmospheres, which is a 1, and a conversion factor here for kPa, which is 101.3. And the grid will be executed the way it always is. Multiply across the top, divide by the bottom. I have no calculator. 20 times 101.3 divided by 1. You can do it all as one function. And I get 2026. kPa. And they're equal to each other. Understand what we're doing. We're just taking the units of one type of pressure and converting it to the units of another type, or different units of the same gas. Let's do another. Let's say we had 1,000 kPa, and I want to know how much mmHg that is in regard to pressure. I set up my grid the way my cheat sheet shows me. I know the given units will go in these two squares, just like it says. There's the given number. There's the given units, kPa. The unknown units will go in this square. My unknown units are mmHg. Follow your cheat sheet. Given number is 1,000 in this example. And conversion factors go there. My conversion factors are up here on the top, also listed on your cheat sheet. For kPa, it's 101.3. For mmHg, it's 760. Multiply across the top, divide by the bottom. 1,000 times 760 divided by 101.3. I get 7502.47, ignoring the sig figs. You try a couple. Solve these problems. Let me know if I can help. In my first problem, as I set up my grid, my given unit is mmHg, which goes in two of the squares, if you follow your cheat sheet. My unknown unit, which is atmospheres, goes in one of the squares. My given number is 500. My conversion factors come into play in these two squares. The conversion factor for mmHg is 760. The conversion factor for atmospheres is 1. Any questions on anything I've done there? 500 times 1 is 500 divided by 760. Do you get 0.66?
Yes.
On my other problem, set up a grid. Want to go from one pressure to another. My given pressure is atmospheres, which will go twice. My unknown unit is mmHg, which we use once. My given value here is 2.6. My conversion factors for atmospheres is 1. Looking at my numbers here. My conversion factor for mmHg is 760. Multiply across the top, 2.6 times 760 divided by 1. I get 1976. MMHG. Anybody get any different answers?